Hi, Jeremy Lambert, Your Castle Real Estate, for another edition of our Hot Sauce Challenge, where we're going to go through 10 hot sauces, 10 real estate questions, burn our fucking faces off, and have some fun. This is not to be confused with the actual hot ones that we have no affiliation with whatsoever, just shamelessly ripping them off, right? So I got my guy Chad Hines here today. Chad, how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man. So look, we got some nugs, we got the dabs, we got all the sauces. We're going to start off with the classic, right? And the classic is like what little babies put on their burritos. So, Chad, tell me a little something about how you got into real estate and what motivated you.
Gosh, I was actually just talking about this with 3 friends. You're going to do a little bit, right?
I mean, you do you, right? But I'm not. I'm a grown up.
Cool. So. Got it. And, there's really 3 people I credit to it. My dad was a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. He was the agent, right?
Yeah, he was. He was in real estate since like the early 80s. It's good.
Nothing. And you had the opportunity to work with your dad as well, right? Once you got licensed? Mm-hmm. He's a good guy. And you were over at Car Toys prior, right?
Yeah. Background in retail management. Man, and when I started, I loved it. And towards the end, I definitely did not love it.
Really?
Yeah, I was with Car Toys about 11 years, and it gave me a great foundation. Mm-hmm. But, so... My dad was one. My buddy Matt Jones, he was another big part of it. I had taken my test probably when I was about 20, and then I got super scared. I passed the test, right? Did all that, and I was like, I can't do this.
Oh, the fear crept in, right?
Yeah, and I didn't do anything with it.
Okay. About
2 years later, Matt was like, "Man, we got to do something different, right? Like, let's get out of what we're doing." He didn't work there. He worked with his dad. His dad owned a company. And he goes, let's do property management.
They're mid-sentence in a story and I take a phone call. Like, I wanted them to understand this is the trade-off, right? Mm-hmm. Like, but how is it being a dad in real estate? Like, it's challenging, but what's your take? Still nothing.
No, still nothing. I would say a lot more control, right? There's definitely times where I am like crazy busy and I have to make some sacrifices for sure. But there's a lot more times where I have control of it, right? And if I time block things and I go, this is what I have. Like, my daughter's got a volleyball game on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to be there. Right?
You nailed it, because I'm a time blocking fanatic. My mentor, Lon Welsh, taught me that. And I tell you, the first thing I do when I start my calendar is I put the personal on.
Yep.
I put time with my girlfriend, time with my kids, doctor's appointments. Work can go around that.
For sure.
Right, because work doesn't define you, but I think it's great, man.
It's good. It's really good.
Let's get on. This is Las Calientes. This is number 4, so hopefully we'll start to get a little heat here. This is going to be called the Mild Ones.
I hope so.
Challenge. So you've been selling for a long time. You live out in Parker.
Yep.
Denver and the surrounding areas is a really interesting place because there's kind of such a neat mix, right?
Right.
Like, you can go from Colorado Springs to Boulder and the entire landscape change. Right, in many ways. Do you kind of have like a favorite area or a place that, like a hidden gem that you'd love to tell people about? Here we go.
Gosh, there's an area called Colorado Golf Club, and you wouldn't even know it existed unless you're a golfer, right? Or you're really looking for that type of home, and it's
where's it at?
South end of Parker, so Parker and Stroh. And really just a cool little hidden area back there. They actually hosted the senior PGA.
Oh, that's cool.
A few years back, and just a really cool area.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Any by doing all these different deals, and I know you've done investment properties, you've done, traditional, maybe some commercial, help people buy, help people sell, all these different things. If somebody's watching this and they're thinking about, man, I really want to trade up my home, but I'm scared of rates, or hey, look, I want to get into that first property, or I've got some extra money sitting around, I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'm an investment property. Most of the time, people just have fear of the unknown, right? But if I'm sitting here watching this and I think, man, Chad seems like a neat guy, I wouldn't mind, picking his brain. What should they just reach out?
100%, right? And kind of touch on what you talked about, and what I said before is, if you don't try, you don't know, right? And so you have to keep in mind, what are your goals? Like, are you buying this for yourself to be in a better place? Are you setting yourself up for the future? Is it for your family? Are you going to be able to do this, right? And anytime you make a move, right? Let's say you're renting and you go to your first place. It's scary. Let's say you bought your first place and you're moving up. It's scary, right? Like, it's always going to be scary, but you have to remind yourself, why are you doing it?
Yeah, I think
that's a big thing.
I think that one of the things that I love about this industry is a realtor's job is really to help the consumer, benefit 100%. The consumer, in so many different ways. And I think that a lot of times agents are there to shield the consumer from a lot of the problems, right? You're supposed to be like that wall, right? You're the protector, you're the gatekeeper, right? And I think that the byproduct of that is a lot of times the consumer doesn't see some of the work that you put in, right? And I was sitting at an office the other day. I was watching one of our agents. She sits next to me, and she was really struggling trying to keep these guys earnest money. And they had like $50K in earnest money. It's a lot of money. And I could see the stress. And I could see the emotion, right? And she was battling. She was working her ass off. And at that moment, her clients had no idea that she just spent 6 hours on the phone with attorneys, managing brokers, everything, right? So this business is hard, and there's a lot of moving parts in a deal. For you, is there a favorite part of the deal? Is it the inspection? Is it the appraisal? Is it the negotiation? Is it the listing appointment? Like, where do you feel like your sweet spot is where you just crush it, right, for your clients?
I think it's right at the beginning, and it's talking about the process and talking about whether they're buying or selling, whether they've been through it 1,000 times or not, or it's their first time.
Sure.
And just going through and saying, hey, here's what the market's doing. Here's how the process looks. Let me reiterate it, whether you know or not, and let's talk about your goals.
And that makes somebody comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you get to be more confident, right? So I love that, man. So here, we're moving on to number 5. No heat so far. This has been complete waste of taste bud. This is the Fat Cat Chairman Meow's Revenge. So let's get it, Chairman Meow.
Let's do it. Hey, I was going to have that one.
Nah, sorry, that's mine. Oh, shit. Oh, I hope it's not hot or I'm drowning in this shit.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
That is drowning. Yeah. I did the same thing you did after you did
blooper reel. Yeah, I got to tell you.
Did you get it all over you?
No, it's fine. Just on the chair. And it's not even hot. It's called the mild ones. It's just the mild ones. Where do you find most of your clients, right? Like, how do you attract them?
All repeat and referral.
Okay, tell me what that means. Because we speak that language all the time because we're in sales, right? I'm going to move this to one plate so we don't fucking...
So, let me see if I can try and articulate this. I guess it's kind of tough, right?
So normally, it's you got a group of people in your life, and they know you, they like you, and they trust you, right?
100%.
Personally, professionally, and they're aligned that when they hear what you do, that they want to give you kind of a referral. So if somebody's at dinner and a coworker says, hey, listen, we just found out we're having a baby, we have to buy a bigger place, they immediately go, you got to call my guy Chad.
Yep.
I've known him for years, we used to work together, he helped us, like a walking billboard, right? For you, how do you build those relationships and maintain those relationships?
Stay in touch,
yeah.
Right? And like, really my thing is not talking about business unless you want to talk about business, right?
I love that.
I feel like real estate, for me, has made me a better friend and a better family member, right?
Yeah.
And gosh, I love it, right? I think that's what my dad saw, and that's what he told me is like, you love your people, right? So I feel like you should be in this business. And man, my network is huge, and my network goes back 25, 30 years.
What does it mean to you when an old coworker or a buddy calls you up and says, hey, my sister's moving to town, here's her contact info. We told her all about you. Can you help her buy a house?
I can't even put it into words, right? I mean, that level of trust, like, I'll write the thank you note, I'll say the words, but
sure.
I'm like, I don't ever feel like I can articulate enough about how grateful I am for that. Like, one of the things I say to any of my clients, whether, I've done one or I have a client I've done 9 houses for.
Jeez, that's awesome.
That is not an investor.
Wow.
And they'll know when they see this who they are.
Right on.
One thing I say is, hey, look, it is earned every time. It is never expected, right? And so I want to do a better job than I did last time, right? I want to like wow you and take care of you.
That's awesome. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it's those relationships. I mean, you mentioned like, touching base with people, keeping in touch. I know, you and I, over the last couple of years have gone through some changes in our life, some of them positive, some of them difficult, right? And I remember those calls back and forth, right? And it was never about business.
Never.
I've got a really good friend of mine who does a great job of this. You know Dan Fortune. Dan is truly one of the finest humans I've ever met. But he called me a couple weeks ago, and he goes, we just talked. And and it wasn't about business. And in fact, we got off the phone, and I'm like, man, I really enjoyed that call. And he called me back. He goes, oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot, right? I got this business venture. I go, I'm in.
Sure.
It's just so those relationships are important. So let's get it on. So this one is called something I can't pronounce. We're just going to call it number 5.
All right, let's do it.
Number 5.
Hopefully some heat this time.
Yeah, and I'll try not to spill shit everywhere.
Well, yeah.
So is there a certain deal or client that you can just say has been your absolute favorite transaction, or at least in your top 5, so we don't single anybody out?
Yeah. It's hard to pick them apart because they all have just an amazing aspect.
Let's go a little kick.
We finally got a little bit. All right.
A little tiny.
But I've got a really, really cool one. I had a family. They had 2 sons that they were taking care of that had some disabilities, right? The mom was stay-at-home mom, and she took care of the sons full time. And they were first-time home buyers. And they took part of this down payment assistance program. It was an amazing program.
Like CHAFA, something like that?
And they ended up buying a 2-bedroom place, right? Which there's 4 of them, right? So the boys shared a room, right? They made it happen. It was their first place. They're super excited about it. Within a couple years, they were able to make enough money on that place and do a new build.
Wow.
It was really cool.
We forget, man, and that is really cool, but we forget that, like, remember I bought a home in 2009, right when I got married, and that was got a little zing to it.
I know, I put a little bit more on. I put some on before, but...
But they said, my wife at the time, her parents came over, and they're looking at the house, and we just got married, and they go, this is what a starter home looks like? And I was like, what do you mean? It's the first house we bought. And they're like, it's 4,000 square feet. Like, like what the fuck? Like we lived in a, like a garage apartment when we got married. I'm like, it's a different time. But that's the key though, man. There's something for everybody out there, right? How important is it for you? This is,
yeah.
Yeah. No, wait, you got to do this one. You did them both.
You
did them both on one. So
did I?
This is the red flag.
All right, well, that one's got a little kick too, just so you know.
Yeah, we're stepping it up a notch. Jeff, are you okay over there? Fucking shit, man. Even our marketing guy's dying up the fumes.
So should I do that one separately since I did both of them
better,
together?
I want to cheat
now, right? Yeah.
This one's red flag.
Oh, yeah, I totally did.
Black-eyed Susan.
Hey,
fuck you, Susan.
I'm going to say that, I'm going to say that's your fault because you put it back.
I know. I'm tricking you. Okay, it's working. It's fucking a little hot. A little sweathead going on. How important is it to you? Because you run a team, right? You've got, some people that you invest in. Like, what's that dynamic like, and how do you like running a team? And also, are you looking for team members? Okay, before you answer that, it's a little spicy.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, this motherfucker here, this is the son of a bitch.
I like this. Like, this had a good flavor to it.
Yeah, I'd eat that like at a restaurant. But I mean, if you're taking team members, what do you look for in a team member, and how do you enjoy running a team? And I'm going to warn you, this is the son of a motherfucker right here. The bomb is rude.
Is it the bomb?
It's the bomb.
Oh.
Yeah, it's rude.
All right, cool.
It's rude. So answer that question, I'll tee up the bomb.
All right.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to do this.
So how my team started is obviously with one person, right?
Sure.
But she was Danielle Wainwright, who is absolutely amazing. She is a licensed agent. She's doing great.
She is really cool.
And she is also my admin too, right? So she handles a ton of behind the scenes stuff. And I had sold her a house, her and her husband a house,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just amazing, amazing people. You doing all right over there?
I'm good, man. I'm
Good?
a pro. I'm a
All
pro.
right. All right. Are you sure?
This motherfucker's hot. You're not.
Did you do it yet?
No, I'm waiting for you.
All right. All right. But we started talking, and this might not be a great story, but it's an honest story.
Let's get it.
We're at a funeral
Okay.
for
Fucking
a
lead
mutual
gen at a
friend.
funeral.
Yeah, we're at a funeral, and she goes, "Hey, are you hiring?" I said, "I'd hire you in a heartbeat." I love her personality.
You said I'm dying to.
Yeah, like seriously. I said, "Get your license.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this." And that's how it all started. And from there, it's really been feel,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like trust your gut on it. And everyone on my team right now is phenomenal.
That's
you know?
awesome.
Um,
I mean, I like, I
right,
like
I'm
to
gonna do
see.
this.
Oh, here, let me grab one too.
all
All
right,
right, go ahead.
I'm gonna steal yours.
Yeah, go ahead. I
Yes,
like
all
to
right.
see other people's success, right? And I look at the people that have invested with me over my life, right? Like the Lon Welsh's of the world, the Charles Roberts, the people I associate with. Oh, this motherfucker.
Dude, I don't even think I'm reading the words right now.
Dude, that's a motherfucker right there.
Mm-hmm.
I told you.
That's got a kick.
It just goes all the way down your throat, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a forest fire.
Yeah.
Like one of those planes that come in and like drop water on my face. Oh, there it is.
It's got the tongue.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Whoa, that's spicy
Yeah,
as a
man.
motherfucker.
Let's put the cap on that.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me all
fuck.
shaky.
Okay, fuck. That's rude.
Right.
The bomb is rude.
Yeah. It's not the bomb. It's like an atomic
Oh.
bomb.
What there's a lot of broker. There's a lot of there's a lot, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like crying over here. Not the funeral.
I get
story.
emotional when I talk to you too.
There's a lot of brokerages in town, right? Oh man, talking make it worse.
Yeah.
We're gonna mime the rest of this, but you could go work anywhere, right? You could go to don't touch your eyes. You could go
That's
to
been my
Remax.
goal.
You could go to Keller Williams. I wouldn't just suggest it, but you could go to any company in town, right? And you decide to align with us, right? For years we've been partners. What is it about your castle that keeps you here?
Well, number one is feel, right? And so I've talked to a lot of agents getting in the business, right? And I said, wherever you go, trust your gut on things. Everyone's trying to sell you on, hey, we have this training and we have this thing and it's going to make you so successful and it's going to do this for you, right? Trust your gut on it. Your castle, what I love about your castle is I'm not capped on my resources, meaning, hey, we only do residential, right? We have a great commercial group, right? We have people that do fix and flips and buy and hold, and our data is top notch. I really believe that.
100%. No one can compete with that.
Dude, you said this. Like,
Yeah, it's not fucking around. We should have got milkshakes. Now I know.
Oh,
Oh fuck, that's hot, man. All right, let's get to this next one.
have you done that one?
Yes, I've done all of them. This
All
one's
right.
called Peppers Up. This one is surprisingly not as hot as the last one,
Okay.
but that one and this one mixed is like crossing streams on Ghostbusters, like bad news, right?
All right.
Holy shit. Oh shit.
You might want to put more on that.
Get out
You
of
said
here.
it wasn't that bad.
Oh man,
I'm calling you out.
this is
Dude,
a
my
lot
tongue-
worse than last time.
My tongue is still on fire.
Yeah,
from that last
just
one.
all this is bad. It's like a forest fire. It's fucking craziness.
It's going to show up great on camera.
You think we're high? My eyes are so
Mm-hmm.
red. Well, it's almost like the bomb's pissed that I added that one. They're both fucking fighting me. How important is it to you to have other partners in this business? Like, and how do you identify those people? Title, lending, that sort of thing. Fuck.
You have to know that they're gonna treat your clients how you expect them to be treated, right? And I talk a lot about feel and a lot about relationships. It's all the way around.
Oh, 100%.
One of the hardest things is to refer contractors, right? Contractors to anyone because they can be so hit or miss, right? You can have an amazing experience with certain contractors and then the next minute it can be different.
Sure.
With lending and title and that kind of thing, you can't afford to have that, right? You can't afford to have inconsistency. So you need people that are consistent,
Sure.
that treat your clients the way you expect them to be treated and provide amazing customer service and are not just transactional.
I mean, that's the key, man, is, make everything an experience, right? Like, make it an experience. All right, here we go, Chad. We're at the last dab. It's the last number 10 hot sauce. It is horrible. I will tell you.
We've made it this far.
Yeah, we're fucking killing it. And we haven't thrown up, haven't cried, you know.
I cry inside.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'll have a Pepto and vodka a little bit later just to kind of even things out. But this one, the last dab is you put a little extra sauce on.
Okay.
All right. So this
Let's
one.
do it.
And then I will conclude this. But I got to tell you, man, it's good to see you. And it's good to spend a little time with you. You're truly a success story for what you've done. I don't want to talk numbers or any of that kind of stuff. But, you know, you're truly in the top 1% of agents in Colorado as far as production. I know as far as service, you know, you're just a good human, and I'm very proud to call you my friend and call you an agent here. But looking back, you know, if you're an agent watching this, or if you're a buddy at Chad's and you're an entrepreneur or just starting, what's one tip you would give yourself when you got started? Oh, geez, this is going to fucking hurt. But what's one thing you would tell yourself? Like, do this differently, or, you know, I didn't expect this. Oh, that's too much. That's fucking dumb.
So probably my first 2.5, maybe 3 years in the business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ramped up every year pretty consistently, but I didn't really get successful until I had systems in place.
Love it.
I went to the Ninja training, which you guys offered, your castle offered.
Shout out to Larry Kendall. Love you.
And man, best training ever. One of my favorites. And yeah, get the systems in place, right? And start to fine tune those systems and realize that you are never done fine tuning those systems.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
It's always a work in progress, kind of like this fucking fire in my mouth.
All right.
All right, the last
Let's do
dab.
it. That almost looks like a peanut butter is like.
I wish it was peanut butter, Chad. I wish it was peanut butter, because what happens with this one is it burns your face. It stops for just like 10 seconds, and then it comes back and burns your face again.
All right, what's this called?
The last dab.
Experience.
Yeah, the last. Let's go. All right. Motherfucker. It's coming. Right about. Wait for it. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Oh, shit. No, mother shit.
Dude, that hits like the back of your throat. Like
It just keeps going. Like, it's not going to stop. You'll be driving home, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, it's still there. It's making me very uncomfortable.
I'm gonna pull up and they're gonna be like, "Why are you crying? You're so emotional, right?" Like,
Like, it's just been a rough day.
I'm just really in tune with my
Just hot
feelings,
sauce.
right? It's
Well,
good.
we fucking did it.
Yeah,
We had
dude.
10 hot sauces. We conquered all of them. We didn't throw up. That's great.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. I only spilt a little bit.
Yeah,
which,
and I only threw some on you, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
good.
Thank you.
right?
We're in good shape.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in, man. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
You're a pro.
Appreciate you.
We'll see you next time. I think we're meeting
See you
with
guys.
Dan Fortune.